I haven't done a video in ages, but I just don't know what to do. How about a TV show with you that I like? Breaking Bad? Too bloody. Thunderbirds? Too awesome. Captain Scarlet? I haven't seen anyone do a review of this on YouTube. How about we do this then? So, Captain Scarlet, 49 years old this year. It's done quite well for itself. It's got a decent... I say decent. It's done a decent remake in 2005, which is now admittedly 11 years old. The CGI's a bit shit, but... this wasn't the one I grew up with. I grew with the remake. So I got this for my birthday, and it's an alright series. I mean, there's like 6 DVDs, and one's just got special features, which includes like a 1-hour documentary about Jerry Anderson making this series. But I think we should start off with. We'll obviously start number 1, and we'll start with the first episode. The Mysterons. So let's begin. So the Captain Scarlet is about this guy, Captain Scarlet. Obviously, it's not very helpful unless you're colourblind. He is. Well, I'll get into what he is. First of all, this story starts off on Mars in 2068. Yeah, 2068. And it's a Martian exploration led by Spectrum, one of Spectrum's captains called Captain Black, who is that guy, but I'll get on to why he becomes like that in a minute, because he's not like that at the start. So they come across a Martian complex, because when this was made, there was a lot of speculation about if there was life on Mars, so Jerry Anderson decided to do series about that, and it turned out to be very dark. So they start on Mars. I don't know if it does, but if anyone's seen the Thunderbirds Are Go, not the TV series because that's shit, the movie that was released in the 1960s during when Captain Scarlet was being made, I'm not sure if it links in because they call it the Zero X, and Zero X is a mission to Mars, and that's in Thunderbirds Are Go, but I don't think it does because these are completely different. Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet are completely different series. So Mysterons, they are invisible, so you can't see them. So they find that the Earth exploration has found their complex. So they say, let's go meet them. They're very curious about the universe. So they have this camera. It looks like a gun. I'm going to be blank. It looks like a gun. If you've seen it, it looks like a fucking gun. So I don't blame the humans attacking it, because it looks like a gun. Like a Gatling gun, like the Terminator uses in Terminator 2. So they say, they're hostile. Captain Black says they're hostile. Let's shoot them. So they blow them up. And then one of the lieutenants says, I'll go get my gear and we'll collect a few pieces. But then this pole or like podium or whatever raises up, and it starts to reconstruct the complex that the humans have destroyed. So Mysterons now say, we are going to destroy Earth. Not like, how usually sci-fi movies goes, like, we're going to blow it up. They'll just destroy the Earth and humanity. Slow and effective, they say. And they say that one of the explorers become a Mysteron agent, or their bitch is who I call it, and Captain Black, who's right there, becomes their bitch. And then we go back to Earth, and we are with the Spectrum organisation, and the first attack the Mysteron service to destroy or kill the world president. So Spectrum, which is a military organisation, tries to protect the president. So they launch the Angels, which is a female ship fleet, and so we'll just pull up. So they go to New York, and Captain Scarlet, meets up with Captain Brown, who's not important at all. So, and he's going to lead it, and then the screen starts flashing, not like, it just changes colour from like purple and like blue to indicate that the Mysterons are attacking. So they I don't know, like destroy one of the towers or something. They go over the edge, and Captain Scarlet and Captain Brown are killed. And then you see, I don't know how the Mysterons do this because they're supposed to be invisible. And anyway, they start dragging Captain Scarlet's body through like a hedge, and then you see the Mysteron Captain Scarlet next to the dead one. And then they return to Cloud. No, Captain Brown stays with the President, and Captain Scarlet goes to Cloud Base, which is Spectrum's headquarters, and explains to Colonel White what happens. And Colonel White is the leader of Spectrum. He doesn't know, what's happened to Captain Scarlet and Captain Brown. And then we cut to the convoy or motorcade. I think that's how Captain Brown refers to it as. And Captain Brown and the President, they're going around. They get to the Spectrum maximum security building, and because this is made with puppets, they try not to make them walk, which is like one of the problems with Thunderbirds, is that when they walk, it was very, very funny and comedic. But you could obviously see with Thunderbirds that they tried and subsequently failed with the walking. So in an attempt to stop the puppets walking, they put them on a conveyor belt and go through a security thing like what they have at airports, but obviously this is the future, so it's all high tech and all that. And Captain Brown's like, you obviously don't carry any weapons. And I knew Captain Brown's would go off because all Spectrum officers, they carry a gun. So, but apparently it goes off, and apparently it's because he's got SIGs in one of his pockets. So he's got SIGs and he chucks them out and says, "Oh, you had me worried there, Captain," the President says. And then they go up, because, Captain Brown's a Mysteron. They go up to the President's room, and Captain Brown, at this point, he just stops talking. He says, "I hope you play a good game of chess." "Yes, I do play a fine game of chess, Captain Brown." Or that's what Captain Brown says to the President. So, and then he just stops talking, and then the President obviously knows something's wrong, and then he says, "Captain Brown, are you alright?" And then he starts smoking. Captain Brown starts smoking. Not his body starts smoking, because I'll tell you in a minute. And then the President, supposedly, at this point, I thought the President was dead, so the Mysterons has succeeded. But it turns out that when the President goes back to Cloud Base, they've got they had these what they call electronic eyes, was basically a video camera like the one I'm using, and they had that installed in the building. But I know you're probably asking, well, how did they get the footage? Because the building was destroyed. What Captain Scarlet says is that they were filmed in another building. So, they play it back and they find that Captain Brown had a bomb, which is why, what he calls an electronic check goes off. And so they decide to fly the President to London with Captain Scarlet, and of course he's a Mysteron. So they go on a Spectrum plane, and the Angels, go with them to make sure they get there okay. And Captain Scarlet doesn't start responding, and it's then that Lieutenant Green, who does all the communications and all that, gets a report from Spectrum New York that there was a body of Captain Brown. Obviously they can't find Captain Scarlet because he was found because Mysterons somehow pulled him into a bush, and then they say, "Oh, we need to get them back. We need to get them back to Cloud Base." Captain Scarlet doesn't respond, so Colonel White says to Destiny Angel to shoot at the plane but make sure they miss, and then She does twice, I think, and then they eject. Captain Scarlet and President eject. He holds him at gunpoint, and then they parachute down. Captain Scarlet steals a car and goes, because they somehow in like 5 minutes end up on the English coast. I don't get that either. So, and then they get this is like the most random thing I don't get. They just, because Captain Blue's part of this series, like these two are like best buds pretty much, and yeah, they're best buds pretty much. So, and then they get what they call an SPV, which is a Spectrum Pursuit Vehicle, which basically is like a police car. Spectrum are basically a hardcore police, basically, and then they go to then Captain Scarlet and the President go to. I say they both go to he hijacks Captain Scarlet, hijacks the President, gets into a car, which I've already explained, and goes to the London Car View, which is basically a stupid parking area, which is very tall. It's very tall, and so they go up there, and then we see Captain Black in his Spectrum outfit, which I really wish they would use so much more often in the show, but obviously they didn't. And he relays instructions to Captain Scarlet, and then the SPV with Captain Blue is chasing them. Get up. He puts on a jetpack because Captain Scarlet takes him up to some of the scaffolding that's up there. I don't know why, and because there's a helicopter that the Mysterons, hijacked, which is a Spectrum helicopter. So Spectrum don't, suspect anything, and then they start. Captain Blue and Captain Scarlet have like a westernized fight, pretty much, and then the Angels destroy the helicopter, which just coincidentally crashes into the car view because it's tall and thin. I mean, it goes like that, like a flower, and it crashes into the tall area, and it starts to, break it up. And Captain Blue wins the fight and shoots him, Captain Scarlet, right where their heart is. He falls down, it's 800 feet, so they say, and he dies. And then Captain Blue gets the President, and everything's hunky-dory. But Captain Scarlet comes back to life. Yep, he comes back to life because his power that the Mysterons gave him, because the Mysterons can recreate anything, and they give him the ability of they call it retro metabolism. So he'll get shot, he'll feel the pain, it will bleed, but in a few hours it will heal. So he could die, like a fatal wound, like the car crash. If that's has happened before, then he would come back, but he's now not under control of the Mysterons, and so Spectrum decide to use him for, to stop the Mysterons. So, that was Captain Scarlet Episode 1. Next up is the Winged Assassin, I believe. Yes, the Winged Assassin. And I will see you dudes in the next video. This is Bright Eyes are out.